I look like a potato with this hair, but this is how I wear my hair every single day. So, this is what you're going to get if you're going to get a vlog. Welcome back to me starting a weekly vlog on a random day of the week. This time it's Wednesday. The only reason why I am starting a vlog right now is because I'm reading Hellbent. I'm jumping between the physical book and the ebook version on my Kindle. And I was reading it in the office. Like, I've literally just come back from the office. It's been what, like 20 minutes since I have been home, and I have not changed yet. The first thing I wanted to do was to record myself talking about this book before I go into cozy mode. I think I'm at like 46 or 43 or 47%. Those three, any those whatever, any of those three percentages. But the thing is, that's basically like 50%. But the thing is, they are doing something that they should not be doing when half of the book is left. So either that, the thing that they are doing, if you have read this book you would know what I'm talking about. If they are doing that at the 50% mark, either it is bound to fail catastrophically, or I if it is successful at like 50% in the book, what are we going to do for the rest of this book? Like, is there anything at all of concern that I have sort of glanced over? I got into a rough patch with this book. Started it at the middle, like 22 days ago. I don't know. Started it a while ago, read the first 100 pages, left it, did not pick it up. I had my exams as well. It was finals. And so I did not want to mess them up. So I did not pick this book up at all in between. I have also sort of forgotten what happened in those 100 pages, but it was basically like all that we truly do know so far is that Alex is trying to free that person. Okay, this section might be a bit spoilery, so if you do not want to get spoiled, go to like 30 seconds ahead in the video. This book follows the events of Ninth House, and we left Ninth House pretty sure that Darlington was not, like, he was still trapped in whatever the hell he's trapped in. So there's that. The first 100 pages was Alex just trying to figure out how to find Darlington, how to free him, and like she seems to be the only one who is interested in doing so. No one around her seems to be too keen on freeing Darlington, and they would not be, because we are literally in hell. Like, Darlington is trapped in hell and we are trying to free him from hell. So there is, like, it's no shock that nobody is trying to help her out here. So the first 100 pages sets up this book. So we follow new characters, we interact with new people in this book. The positions that were left empty at the end of the second book are at the end of the first book are now being filled up. Are like, we have a new praetor, we have a new dean, there are new murders. So, like, that is in norm with this series. That was nothing new. We got to know how we can free Darlington in the first 100 pages. I'm pretty sure, like, Darlington speaks to Alex, and we figure out how, like, essentially the way he can be freed from wherever he is. And okay, this is the end of the spoiler section. Now I'm at 50% mark in this book, and they are doing that. They are doing what they are supposed to be doing. But the thing is, I am so confused. Like, why now? Why not at 75% mark? This just tells me that the thing that they are trying to do, it's not going to succeed. What else can it be? Why at 50% mark? What are we doing here? There's also a quote that I read and it made me laugh out loud. Wait, I'll read it to you. Let me find it. Dawes looked at him as if she was not sure whether to put him to bed with a hot water bottle or hit him with a shovel. And like, this is so out of norm for this character. I was like, wow. And it came out of left field. It was in the middle of a serious scene, and it was just like, wow. This is still making me laugh. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the update so far. I'm going to try and make the vlog thingy on the channel a bit more regular, because that is how Clearly, that is how I know how to stick to the plan and like actually prioritize reading books over reading AO3, because I've realized that I do read. It's just that I am in the middle of so many fanfics that are not completed. So anytime they get updated, I get an email. So I go to the website and then I never leave it for like 4 hours. And the truth of the matter being that I will only have like an hour in the morning if I wake up early enough. If I wake up at like 7:30 ish in the morning, I have 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. free for reading. That is when I do most of my reading or catching up on fics. Um, and then I will have the time between coming home at 6:30 and sleeping time, which usually varies from day to day and like how tired I am. Yeah, also the 40 minutes in my break. So I also read during that. I don't take lunch with me, so I also get to read for those 40 minutes. But then again, it depends on what I'm reading, what I'm more excited about, whether I am in the middle of fic or whether I sporadically decide to read like something and then I get hooked. I got hooked today in the break and it was something. So I am excited and let's see where this goes. This vlog, fair warning, could also just be me in my room in like four different angles, and you will just have to accept that because that is my life. I started this vlog on Wednesday. Today is Friday. Did not do any, audio recording, me talking bits. Yesterday, um, and the update is that I've read 90% of Hellbent so far, and I was right about my suspicions, y'all. This the thing that was supposed to happen at 50% did not happen at 50%. I was right about that, but also I was wrong about a lot of things because the thing happened at 80%, which again I thought that would not happen at 80%. I thought that would happen at like 90%. So I was wrong in that. But I like the fact that we are getting fuck. But I like the fact that we are getting um, what happens after the hero comes back, sort of scenario. We are getting all the cleanups with this book. We are seeing how there are ties that are not. We are. Hopefully, you won't fall down now. Okay, so I'm 90% through. I still have not read. Okay, I'm 90% through. I still have not finished this book, but I think all the only thing that's left behind is the ends that need to be tied, the bodies that need to be taken care of, and the mess they made in their attempt to. Oh my god, what is happening? Is it falling down again? Is it falling down again? Oh my god, what is this tripod? Jesus. Technical difficulties with well-read witch. Who said a witch? Somebody who, who said that somebody who is going to pronounce themselves as witch is going to be technically deficient. Yeah, okay. So I'm 90% of the way through. I like the fact that the story did not end where we had the fall of the climax. Like, okay, it is ending, but like there's still 10% of it left to go. So, something to look forward to at the end of the day. I like the fact that the twist I sort of saw coming, but I don't think I actually pieced it together. I was wondering about what would happen to that guy and like how Alex would get out of the situation she is in with that guy and like how she would get out of it. I saw it happening. Like, okay, I was wondering about it, but I was also not like thinking, okay, what would happen that happened. I was not expecting that. But I also knew that, Alex was going to find a way out of it. So that was a given. If you even know a little bit about Galaxy's Turn, you know that she makes things work and she does not abide by rules. So the last twist was in accordance with her character. And I know I still have not read yet, but before finishing this book, I wanted to just like do a check in. I wanted to do a check in at like before the climax scene, like the last scene, the last scene of importance in our plot. But I was at work, and I am very awkward around my colleagues, so I just could not gather the courage to, record something there. Even though there are clips of work here and there in this blog, I can't. Some people can. I definitely can't. My colleagues, they're way too nosy. And so I could not do that there, but I also did not want to stop to read. I was like, okay, you know what, I'll just record my reaction after the climax is done, and that will be the end of it. And here we are. I came back, I redid my makeup, and like I am now talking to you in sweltering heat without fan, which should be appreciated, I think, somewhat. um okay, now, so today is Friday. I don't have to edit this vlog until Sunday, I think. And there are some bits and pieces I want to show about my life. And like today is F1 weekend Friday. So I'll probably like, you know, watch practice session today at like 11 p.m., which is, I don't even know why I'm going to do that, given that I'm supposed to wake up early for work. Like I always wake up early, but yeah, like what else can you do when you have hobbies? You just have to abide by them. Take you along, that I'm saying take you along as if I'm not going to watch it from my bed in my home on a stream. But yeah, I was also thinking we could read another book, and you could help me choose. I've also sort of thought that like I should make reading series vlogs. Like I read the Ember of the Ashes series, and that's a vlog. Or I read the Farseer trilogy, that's a vlog. Or I read the Mistborn trilogy. I'm literally just reading the names of trilogies on my shelf right now that I have not read. I've read the Farseer trilogy, but I'm also thinking that this year is the year I read the rest of the Realm of the Elderlings, and I don't remember too much of it. And I don't remember too much of the Farseer trilogy, so I would want to reread it. And I think that would be a nice thing to do, because I started this channel just to get back into reading. And I think by vlogging my experience of while I am reading is how I am sort of holding myself accountable. Because like in the last 2 days, I read like 40% of this book. Like we were at 46% when I did that first talk piece. Now I am at 90%. These things don't happen to me this quickly. Like it could also be the book picking up the pace and me just being engrossed in the story. But also, I think this is working. This idea, this philosophy of keeping myself accountable through a vlog. So that could be something to look forward to, because yeah, vlogs. I don't travel as much. I don't go out as much. My work takes most of my day. And on Sunday, I'm just recuperating from, like, I'm just resting most of the time. I don't even want to talk to anyone on Sunday. And also, most Sundays are reserved for race day panic. So, yeah, I think this would be the progression of the channel moving forward, just taking you along as I go and like read all these unread books on my shelves. That could be something. It's like 10:28 at night, and I finished Hellbent. I will record what I think of it later in the future with like proper mic and stuff. But I started reading Last Summer in the City by Gianfranco Calligra. Okay, this is the cover of it. This was recommended by Jack from Jack in the Jack Edwards channel, like the most famous
booktuber ever, and I just wanted to read the first line of the book. I have no idea what it is about. I know I heard Jack talk about it, and I know I was intrigued enough that I wanted to read it. That is why I downloaded it onto my Kindle. And um, yeah, but like now I've forgotten what the book was about. So I just here is the opening passage to the book. Anyway, it's always like that. You do your best to keep to yourself, and then one fine day, without knowing how, you find you are caught up in something that sweeps you along with it to the bitter end. And that is how Last Summer in the City opens.
Yes, I'm wearing my Ferrari merch. Mostly because we are 1, 2, 3 in Lamar. And this is like the third year in a row we have a chance of winning, which is unheard of most of the time because you get bombed, apparently. And yeah, so you are seeing my sports version. I also know that this is way too big on me. I accidentally ordered the wrong size, and the website I ordered it from had no, I mean, they had a policy which like I could use to get the right size, but I also would have to pay more. And then I was like, you know what, it's fine. Like, how much am I going to wear this shirt anyway? So I just kept it. I've been told that I look like a 12-year-old in this shirt, and I'm okay with it. Coming back to books, I in the last clip I had started Last Summer in the City. I have finished Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. The last 10% of this book was lovely in a sense that we got all the ends, like all the loose ends being tied up, which is basically like one of the characters. His presence was a bit ambiguous towards the end, so we got a solution, like a resolution to his arc. And then the book ends on a note that if Bardugo wants to, she can continue on with this series. like I it is an ambiguous ending. It's not a everything is calm ending. It ends in the middle of them running towards danger once again. If she wants to, she can continue on in this world, and like she can build up more stories, but the core crux of the story has been resolved. The core crux, the main issue that was introduced in the first book, that has been resolved in this novel, and I think it was done to my pleasure. I liked it. I do not remember how many stars I gave to this book, but like I liked it. Yeah, it's not a life changing book as Six of Crows was for me, but it was not also a disaster. So, like, especially with Ninth House, you had such a big mystery being introduced in that novel. And most of the time, when you are introducing such a huge mystery, there's always a chance that you will, the author will back themselves up into a corner and they won't be able to find a way out of there. But Badugo does a really good job of not only resolving all the issues, but like giving us a good enough mystery, a good enough explanation for everything that happened. And yeah, it was a satisfactory read. is what I would say. Now, the second book that I started in this vlog was The Last Summer in the City. This is an Italian classic. The introduction of this book, I read like the first 6 pages of the introduction and like got to learn that this book has been in and out of printing a lot of time. Like it was a huge hit in the 70s, then it went out of print, then it was introduced again. Again, it was a huge hit, and then it fizzled out. Like the popularity of it fizzled out, and now again it is. I mean, it is on my radar, so I would consider like that it has been again on the rise. I don't know whether anyone else has read it apart from Jack. Anyway, the book is essentially about a man who is spending his time in Rome, and we are just following him on his days, how he wants to live a life that allows him to do all the things that he wants to do, but he also doesn't want to work. But if you do not, I'm like 20% of the way through so far in this book, but at the same time I like, maybe it's just me being a Virgo that's screaming, because I'm like, oh, if you are not working, how you are earning money, how you are doing this? And like that thing gets resolved like very early on. Like he's taking loan from his friends and stuff. He's not taking a job because he is waiting for something good to happen to him. He does not want to get trudged down in the corporate world, or like he does not want to do a normal job. So far is what I have gathered from him. He speaks very highly of Rome. So far in this book, our narrator Leo is taking us through his days in Rome. Like, and that is all. Like, I know plot wise, there's nothing more that I know, because again, I've not finished this book. I was hoping I would finish it before I recorded the last bit, but it's Sunday, it's 3 p.m. I have to edit the vlog so I can put it up on either today evening or tomorrow at 7 p.m. We'll see. So I have to end it here, because I have to edit the vlog and get things done with the thumbnail and stuff. Anyway, as soon as I read it was an Italian classic, I got worried thinking that the language would be dense, because the language usually is dense when we are considering, like books written even 20 years ago, 30 years ago. The language, especially literary fiction, tends to be a bit on the denser side, but it is not. It is very engaging reading wise. Like I'm having fun, I'm reading through it. I reached like 20%, and I did not have to spend too many hours on it either. So that has been a good plus point for this book so far. I cannot say anything else because I genuinely do not know what happens in this novel ahead. Like I have not read it that far ahead to like make a bold statement about this book, but so far, 20% in, it is engaging. It is lovely to read, especially in a week I'm supporting Ferrari and Le Mans. Let's not talk about F1. So like supporting an Italian team, reading a book set in Italy, it happened on, it was serendipitous that this happened. Yeah, that is it. This is what, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So like 5 days. This is what I realistically read in 5 days' time. And I am quite satisfied with it. This maybe also has to do with the fact that most of the fics that I read on AO3, they have not been updated yet. So I could actually focus on what I had in front of me in terms of books. But yeah, this vlogging experience has been incredibly helpful in making sure that I actually stick to what I plan to do in a day. I'm like, I have finished fics that I could read, but I'm also sort of prioritizing reading the actual novels in front of me. So yeah, this has been fun. I'll see you soon. Not, I don't know when. Keep on reading, keep on spreading stories. And yeah, thank you. Bye.